Alright everybody, good evening. Guess we can go ahead and say evening. It's no longer afternoon since it's completely dark. No remnants of the sunlight. Happy Wednesday everybody. I believe this is our FedEx 767 here on final. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of that action. Very busy as we start the show. So this 767 coming in from Memphis, 1 hour 15 minutes of flight time. I don't know if we've got any helicopters floating around or not. I think we had a medevac one earlier flying around. Supposed to have a couple UPS departures around the 6 p.m. hour. One down to Charlotte, the other one to Atlanta. One's a 757, the other a 767. No MD-11, of course, at 9 o'clock. The American 777 back to London, departing at around 8:40. That one will probably be our last plane of the evening, given that it is it's supposed to be really cold. Currently 43 degrees, supposed to be 37 by 7. So we're going to be down in the 30s before too much longer. So we do have the TWA retro livery. If you guys saw our moderator posting that in there. Start of the show. We've got that coming in from Miami, that 737-8. We also have Sunrise Airways, which I've never heard of before. So if you guys have ever heard of Sunrise Airways, let me know. Never heard of it. About 5 more minutes before the official start time of the show. I wanted to give you guys some of the action here as it was very busy prior to official start time. So I wanted to get on the air a little early. Trucks out and about. FedEx headed back down to their spot. Air France due out here shortly. They've been checking lights and things already. No beacons on for Air France. Again, not due out until around 6:20. Next arrival, Delta 2699 from Minneapolis. $737-900. That's a bit of an odd one here this evening. Normally an A319 or an A320. So we get a couple UPS departures scheduled. One a 767, one a 757. 757 out to Charlotte. 7-6, if I remember correctly, off to Atlanta. By the way, sunset here, 5 p.m. on the nose. We've got a couple minutes here before we start officially. So a good look there at Sunrise Airways. I know after December 21st, it should start to go back up after the official winter solstice. Ready for that already? I was literally setting up almost in the dark. Not quite in the dark, but almost. The sun was well gone before I got here. The sun, there's no remnants of sunset, light anywhere. Now here, almost 6 p.m. Got 1 minute here before the official start of the show. Alright, good evening everybody. Happy Wednesday. Now time to start the show. Hope you guys have had a wonderful week so far. Hope your Sunday went well. Again, I was busy on Sunday, so no show for us then. You guys asked it for a Wednesday show, so here we are. Coming through the darkness. So again, hopefully everybody had a wonderful start to their week as well as a good Sunday. So again, Sunrise Airlines, never heard of it. Don't know what the deal is here with this. I'm assuming it's a charter. For someone. Yeah, we've got a full moon tonight. Hopefully that will play into our favor as well with the lighting a little bit. I mean, it's not going to do a whole lot, but every little bit helps. Lisa, good evening. I know it's chilly. Got both of my heavy winter coats on, the heated one and the other one. That Delta 462 off to Los Angeles. Early departure there for that one. Got Air France. hanging out, getting ready for departure here. Southwest over on the other side, ready for their departure. Southwest off to Orlando, 737 MAX 8, Southwest 1790. Kind of got a truck blocking our view this evening. Over here on the other side. Oop, I hear bells. One of our jetways getting pushed back. Alright, so the other thing here, if you guys follow along with RDU at all on the social media, so they've been talking about this right here. This is what, they've already started it. But this is going to be the next big project here over the course of the year. So they'll have some block off walls and a couple other things going on down here as they progress with that, expanding customs, downstairs expanding TSA upstairs, ticket counters, all kinds of things. Again, you can follow RDU on all of their socials for all of those updates. That's where I get all of mine for all of that. They're going to work on the other side as well. The other side is going to get the same treatment. So it's not like just one side's going to get it. Thank you, Tim. Welcome to business class. Thank you so much for the membership. Remember, you guys are more than welcome to join the memberships at any time. Sunday I'll have 5 more to gift out. I have them now, but we like to do them every first and last Sunday of each month. So I get 10 a month. Yeah, so we'll be watching that on Friday. It's going to be Friday morning. It's not, nothing I can do about it. I was hoping it would be like Sunday, so we could possibly be out here Sunday for it, out here in a wintry mix. But looks like Friday. I've got one app saying 32% chance, and then I've got another app saying 93% chance. I don't know. When it comes to snow and winter weather, I always believe it when I see it. Never believe anything the weather people say. We had an American pulling out there, I thought. He is sitting at the end of the runway. That one getting ready to head to Charlotte. American Airlines 2704. An A321 back to Charlotte. You can see the beacon flashing there. And it is the 777. So both 777s here. American landing while I was setting up. Coming in from London. Christopher Brown with the $4.99 super chat. Have a good day. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. Hopefully you guys enjoy the night show. So they posted, again, you can follow RDU on all their socials, but they were posting pictures of what they're going to do to the loop road down here, putting in another bridge and this, that, and the other. All kinds of things happening around the airport here in the next 5 years or so. Hopefully none of it will affect what we're doing. Fingers crossed. Miss Carolina gifting out another membership. So that one, American 2704, back to Charlotte. Got one landing here that's not on radar. I feel like that's going to be an exec jet. Waiting on that Air France departure. Hey, thank you, Tim, for the $5 super chat. Hanging out there with our buddy Pip. Out in Phoenix, saw China Airlines arrival. They got the departure coming up at that China Airlines there in Phoenix real soon. Thank you, Tim. Greatly appreciate that. I'd like to have that Phoenix weather right now. Again, the weather's supposed to turn quite chilly. Sunrise Airways got their beacon on already. Assume they'll get ready to get out of here. We've got a Delta CRJ on the move. Sunrise Airways. Beacon's on for that. Doors closing. It's looking like a charter. Got Spirit Airways over there getting ready for their departure. Same side. See the big banana. Spirit's headed to Detroit. NKS 1758. We've got Delta 1550 off to Atlanta This 737 gonna make that 56-minute flight down to Atlanta. That one there going to roll off late. We've also got to keep an eye out for the TWA Retro. That one's coming in shortly. This might be it right here, in fact. Nope, this is American Airlines 1904 737-800 coming in from Charlotte. It's going to be our next arrival. Speaking of that TWA livery, let's check. It's number 2 for arrival. Coming in behind American 1904 from Charlotte. I think Spirit's waiting on somebody on a short final. So let's turn to American from Charlotte. Hopefully the TWA Retro will do the same thing here. Get off the runway nice and early. Spirit Airlines off to Detroit up next. That departure ready to go. This is an A321. What you guys are hearing is a little E175 starting up down below us, making all kinds of racket. I can't say that I have seen one lately. The TWA Retro livery up next. Coming in from Miami. 737-800. American 2867. I thank you, RDU Native, for that info. Ooh, I was wondering about that. Sunrise Airways over there. Not one that I'm familiar with. Really wish they had their ident lights on so you could really see the TWA tail here. No such luck. Sunrise Airways on the move. That looks like it's being operated as GlobeX. GXA 4626. Robbie, good evening. No info yet on where this sunrise is headed. Again, this one being operated under GlobeX. Got a CRJ departure. Got American 2308 off to Los Angeles. Gonna be our next departure. Air France still getting their service. That we're going to leave out late. Next arrival, United at 10:79. Coming in from Newark. 737 MAX 9. John Southwell, good evening to you. Alright, sunrise or blowbacks ready to go. At A320. I'm gonna say it's headed to Miami. E175 sitting out here at the end of the runway. Let's see where Globex is headed. Still not available. As far as the destination goes, Public Airways 4497. Gonna be this departure right here. They're headed off to LaGuardia. Thank you guys, 50 likes so far. Greatly appreciate you guys at smashing the like button. A little odd for Wednesday evening. Of course, I didn't really look at what all was happening on YouTube today. I know our buddy Pip is out there in Phoenix with that China Airlines arrival. I was watching the show earlier. Thank you, Sunrise. Headed off to Austin. So again, that one was operated by GlobeX, that's Sunrise Airlines. Next arrival, JetBlue 2783. This one going to be an A220-300, painted up in that new livery. This will be the second one I've seen so far this afternoon, or this evening. Nice, smooth, quiet arrival for the A220. So JetBlue, again, 1 hour, 44 minutes for that one, coming in from Boston. JetBlue, 2783. Got another FedEx going to grace us with their presence, another 767 coming in here shortly. We were supposed to have some UPS departures at 6 and 6:30. Air France still awaiting their departure time. They're on their normal schedule there. Air France loading up. You can see folks getting in their seat and ready to go. Can we be extra nosy? See what everybody's up to. Oh, there's a baby on board. A baby on board Air France there. Hope that youngin' has a wonderful flight. Alright, I gotta do something here really quick, so give me a second. Our computer's not charging, so hold on. So we've got that American Eagle there pushing back. Sorry, I was checking over some wiring, making sure everything was plugged in correctly. Sometimes whoever thought it was a good idea to make this type of plug for this computer. Really didn't think things through, I don't think. Air France still getting a lot of their service done. Looks like still some baggage handling going on there. So we get Southwest headed out. Got another second 767 coming in. I imagine freight's going to be very busy over the course of the next couple of weeks, obviously, with Christmas right around the corner. Speaking of Christmas, we're still trying to reach 7,000 by Christmas. On our subscriber goal, we're only 149 away, I believe. Trying to reach 150 likes. If you guys haven't yet liked today's show, please do so as Southwest gets ready for their departure. Yeah, I don't know who approved using a magnet for that charger, but it really stinks because it's really long, and if it hits the ground out here and it picks up any kind of dirt, it picks up all the metal in any of the dirt. Alaska Airlines headed back to Seattle. Alaska's going to do something we don't normally see them do, it looks like. Looks like Alaska's going to take off on that side. Maybe. They may head down the hill there at the end of the taxiway. We'll see what they decide to do. Normally, we see them take off 2-3 left. Southwest waiting their turn. We've got United 1322 and A319 coming in from Dulles. Yeah, this one's not USB-C. It's, I don't know, it's something stupid. But it's magnetized and it picks up all the little teeny tiny micro pieces of metal. Alaska is in fact headed over to 2-3 left. We're going to go down by the UPS terminal. Fairly quick flight there for United. We've got that other 767 up next from Memphis. I believe this one's from Memphis. Yes, another one. FedEx 785. This is our normal one. I forgot to look to see what the earlier FedEx was. This one, the normal one. FedEx 785. Another 767. Southwest departure, Southwest 4180 off to Chicago Midway, 737 MAX 8. Get a bigger hammer. Yeah, we don't want to break any of the equipment, otherwise I can't bring you guys any shows. And it's hard to tell anything, like, you know, what was actually the issue was it wasn't plugged into the extension cord that I have. So it's hard to see that kind of thing, especially now, it being completely dark, especially as soon as we start the show. Again, getting here and getting set up in the dark, it's not terribly fun. Yeah, I've got a big light that big magnetic light that I hang on the back of the car when I'm cleaning up. I need to get a couple more of those. We haven't yet. We haven't caught any Air Canada flights so far this evening. And it's not here yet, obviously. Being a charter, I assume. There's no Air Canada's over on the General Ave side. And they left. They must have left real quick. Unless it was that GlobeX. That GlobeX charter. We did catch a GlobeX. It was Sunrise Airways, but it was GlobeX. We did catch that one. That departure. So that might have been them. I need to find my headlamp. I do have one, but I use my cell phone and a magnetic light that I set up on the trunk of the car to help me see with setup and disassembly. Southwest getting to move on over on the other side as we stick with the CRJ. Southwest 4178 off to Houston. Yeah, then no, they were gone then. Unless that Air Canada jet is hanging out down here on the overnight stand. I don't see it. But no, I haven't seen any Air Canada. Alaska Airlines back to Seattle. So they landed at 4 o'clock. Yeah, I didn't see that arrival or departure. I don't see it sitting over here on this overnight spot either. So Alaska off to Seattle. Boy, they must be having an issue or something here with bags down there with Air France. Folks on board, ready to go. Yeah, it looks like they're still loading some bags for Air France. About to have Southwest at 45:44 off to St. Louis. That one gonna come out here in a minute. Out at the end of the runway right now, we've got Republic Airways at 48:04, ready for departure. Just holding short. There's a United headed out that way as well, it looks like. Republic 4804 is getting ready to head off to JFK. United 1769 getting ready to head off to San Francisco at 737 MAX 8. And we've got Southwest 2071 coming in from Nashville, Tennessee, 737 MAX 8 on final. Wow, only 56 minutes of flight time for this one from Nashville, Tennessee. So kind of a short flight for this one this evening. Normally it's about an hour and some change. Let's have a nice strong tailwind from the west. Republic Airways off to JFK, departing over here. They're already gone. Great United up next at MAX 8 off to SFO. Our Southwest St. Louis flight looks like they might turn and burn here as a possibility. So this MAX 8 off to San Francisco. Still working with Air France. I feel like Air France is a little delayed. Southwest off to St. Louis. Southwest 4544 up next. Kind of lose them there behind that. There's a pickup truck parked in our normal spot. Next arrival here is going to be ICE 821. This one coming in from Reykjavik, Iceland Airlines. We do have finally one of those UPSs up on flight radar, UPS 9732. This one headed to Charlotte. It's going to be a 757-200. Should be an excellent departure. Hopefully a nice early rotation. So Iceland coming in on a MAX, I believe. Coming in on the MAX 8 tonight. 6 hours, 45 minutes of flight time. I don't know how heavy this 7.5 will be flying that short hop over to Charlotte. Yeah, it's got to be gone. It's not here. The only other place it would be down where we watched the 767 deboarding there on Thanksgiving, but I don't see anything hanging out down there. I do like when we get the all black Air Canada flight, but yeah, there's nothing big over on General Ave now that Sunrise Airways is gone. That's typically where they offload the hockey teams, is over there. remember when they used to bring the minty A319, A320 for those charter flights. So, Iceland from Reykjavik. Speaking of UPS, we've got that 757 departure. We've got one on final as well. So one coming in, one getting ready to leave. Let's head back over to Iceland here while we wait on that 757 to depart. Now, Iceland, where are you going to go? Since Air France is late to the departure, Iceland normally taking one of those gates there, so maybe it'll stay on the front side or the runway side of Terminal 2. Here we go. Here comes our 757 off to Charlotte. Should be a rocket launch, hopefully. Should be a nice departure. Again, this one off to Charlotte. We've got UPS 2270 coming in from Greensboro. 767-300. That one on final. 18 minutes of flight time for that one. Don't imagine they got over 20,000 feet for that flight. Hopefully a nice screaming departure for the 75. Oh yeah, very early rotation. Now this one coming in from Greensboro, this 767. Finally, they're done with Air France, it looks like. Yeah, every now and then we'll get a 75 that'll head to Charlotte or it'll head to Norfolk. I've seen them go to Philadelphia from here. We used to have the A300 that would fly from here to Greensboro every now and then. They would make that really short hop. I did see we had an A300 at some point. So again, like I said, this one from Greensboro. Short 11-minute hop. That's about an hour 10-minute drive, I think, from airport to airport, if I'm not mistaken. And traffic is atrocious through there on 4085 between here and Greensboro, as well as from here to Charlotte. Luckily, not last weekend, but the weekend before, we didn't have a football game. Traffic was still kind of a pain in the butt coming home from Charlotte. But the days that there's a football game there and coming home, man, it's so The traffic's just bumper to bumper, door to door, 70 mile an hour. It's can't go anywhere. It's insane coming home from Charlotte sometimes. Got a CRJ up next, Endeavor 5150 coming in from JFK, CRJ 900 LR. 1 hour, 13 minutes. Now see this one a little longer than normal. Normally these are about a minute, minute 1, minute 6, or an hour and a minute, hour 6 minutes, thereabouts. This one 13. This is going to be followed by Delta 1018 from Fort Lauderdale and an A320. 1 hour, 37 minutes of flight time. I-85, and of course I-95 is the busiest interstate in the United States. So I-95 is absolutely insane. Like that entire corridor is nuts from Florida to New York. Again, this one coming in from Fort Lauderdale, Delta 1018, and an A320. 1 hour, 38 minutes of flight time. Beacons on for Air France, finally. Hey, Vol Nation, good evening. It's not much of a breeze tonight. It's keeping all the jet fuel smell right here. So your host is kind of getting a headache. As much as I love the smell of jet fuel, I don't want to smell it continuously. Been up here an hour and a half so far. The smell has not dissipated at all. Beacons on again for Air France. This 777 getting ready to head back to Paris. Leaving a little bit late, I do believe. Southwest 1928 off to Baltimore. We've got that CRJ coming in next. We've got another one. Let's see. Endeavor 5232 coming in from LaGuardia. 1 hour, 15 minutes. Miss Carolina gifting out another membership. That's 3 from her tonight. So congratulations to everybody who got gifted memberships from her. Hope you guys enjoy the memberships. Again, I'll have 5 more to gift out on Sunday. Got Delta 2699 off to Minneapolis, 737-800. But Air France finally ready to go. See, as soon as I mentioned the smell of fuel, it went away. Now it's the smell of food. Very calm evening here as far as the winds go. Got Moxie 755 coming in from Pensacola. It's A220 300. No. So I was saying that the entire time I've been up here so far, all I've smelled is jet fuel. And as soon as I said that, the smells changed. Smells delicious, whatever it is. Air France is a 777 tonight. I'm ready for them to switch back to the A350. I've got Moxie coming in from Pensacola. Snag that one real fast. As that A220 touches down. We got another A220 over on the other side. Delta 2782 and A220 100. Ready for touchdown. Delta 2782 flying at 1 hour, 42 minutes. So good evening, everybody. Thank you guys for stopping in. Temperatures definitely dropped. It did say around 7 o'clock it was supposed to be about 37 degrees. So I'm bundled up with 2 big jackets. I've yet to turn the heated jacket on just yet. No, they haven't announced any switches just yet, I don't think. I think the A350 is supposed to come back May, March, somewhere around in there, I think. We'll know more as they get to it. Yeah, be a little bit of snow here, it sounds like. Again, I'm optimistic, but I also doubt it at the same time. I have to see it before I believe it. 9 times out of 10, the weather's never correct around here. They'll be like, oh, 99% chance of rain, and it's sunny all day. It's weird. Alright, Air France. Being pulled out to the new starting line over there. And somebody said it was going to be the A340. Then somebody also said they're going to switch to the Dreamliner at some point too. So we'll see what Lufthansa decides to do. So William, the only one that Lufthansa can bring is the 300. The 600 does not fit, unfortunately. I believe Iceland went to the front side of Terminal 2. They went over to the runway side. As a matter of fact, you can see those folks coming across from customs. Across the little bridge there. Got TWA livery here, if you guys missed out on that a little while ago. Looks like we got FedEx 725 headed to Allentown, Pennsylvania. That one getting ready to go out at the end of the runway, holding short. So quite a bit of heavies here as the 777 starts those GEs. Republic Airways coming in the actual Republic Airways livery. That one touching down a moment ago. Coming in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Alright, so I'm really confused about the UPS. If you guys are following along on Flight Radar, that UPS from Greensboro looks like it did a loop. I don't know if it's waiting to go to its spot or if it's going out of here. It said it came in. I think it went all the way down to the end. Republic Airways 4704 from LaGuardia going to be our next arrival. Again, we're going to stick with Air France as they get ready to go. So Lufthansa operates both of the A340 variants, but they just, you can't, the 600's too big for any of the gates here. It's too long. Thank you, Vol Nation, for leaving that like. Greatly appreciate it. Next arrival is going to be Delta 3246 from Atlanta. Another 737 at 900. I imagine after Delta, FedEx will get a move on. know the Spirit on the way? We do. Spirit from Fort Lauderdale up next. We saw the one headed to Detroit a little while ago. As Delta from Atlanta touches down. Thank you guys. 101 likes. Appreciate that. 49 left to go for the day. Southwest getting a move on 23 right, or 23 left, excuse me. Spirit Airlines from Fort Lauderdale going to be our next arrival. Spirit flying 1 hour 34 minutes. As soon as I turn the camera to this, FedEx will be ready to go, or the 777 will start moving. One of the two. FedEx on the move. So the 767 off to Allentown, Pennsylvania. Spirit from Fort Lauderdale. And we got Air France on the move. So FedEx 725 off to Allentown. UPS 9864, an A300. Getting ready to head to Atlanta. That's what our 767 was making loops out there all about. So going to be busy with the heavies here for a minute between Air France, FedEx, and UPS. interesting evening here of plane spotting. A lot of heavies, seemed like. 2 FedEx inbounds, 1 out. 1 UPS in, 2 out. And of course, the Air France 777. It's been a good hour and 30 minutes so far in the show. Quite busy this evening. Getting that TWA retro livery here. That one flew in from Miami shortly after we started the show. Got Republic Airways 4624. That one headed off to Washington, D.C. E175 LR right there. As you see the 2 heavies making their way down to the end of the runway, Air France and the UPS A300. So Republic Airways will make their way to DC via Reagan. About a 45-minute, 50-minute flight there. As our 2 heavies get situated. Air France out there. Now it says it's headed to, it's headed to Atlanta. UPS 9864. We've also got American Airlines 1894 off to Charlotte, headed out to the end of the runway. Air France going to wait for this next arrival, I feel like. Republic Airways 4596 coming in from Nashville, Tennessee. Couple more heavies here. Looks like we got a United Airlines on the way out as well. So if American doesn't leave at 8:40, if it looks like American's going to get pushed back, I'm not going to stay any later than its scheduled departure time. It's supposed to depart around 8:40. That 777 back to London. Hopefully it doesn't get pushed. It'll be 9 o'clock before I get out of here. It's already, like I said, a bit cold. I haven't had to turn on the jacket yet, though. Could use some heated socks, though. So United on the way out. Got a couple of arrivals. Republic Airways, again coming in from Nashville, Tennessee. Is this one right on time? An hour 3 minutes. The other one's coming from Nashville. We're a lot less time this evening. And again, guys, we're 149 subscribers away from reaching 7,000 by Christmas. So if you haven't subscribed yet, you're a regular viewer of the channel, consider subscribing. Of course, we'll be here on Sunday. I'd like to be here Friday morning, but again, it's always on Friday. It's always during the week when we have quote-unquote inclement weather. A little bit of snow in the forecast for Friday morning. Again, I highly doubt it. Again, I don't, one of those people who don't believe anything until I see it. Got another Republic Airways on the way. Let's just stick with this one right here. Thought maybe Air France might try to go, but looks like that other Republic close enough. Republic Airways 4394. This one coming in from DC. This one an E170 SE. A heated sock blend, yeah. I just need to pull out the thick winter socks. Change them before I come out here on Wednesday nights at work. Can't work in them. Boy, I cannot work in nice thick socks. My feet would probably melt if I tried to wear a heated sock and work. Shoot, I can still wear shorts at work if I wanted to. I've switched to pants just due to the fact that I come out here in the evenings. I've got battery operated hand warmers at home too. They're in my cold bag. I don't know what I was thinking when I walked out of the house without it. It's got my big snow pants in it. So Air France looks like they might finally be moving here. And then we've got that A300 behind it for UPS off to Atlanta. So here we go. Enjoy the triple. The E-170 down there kind of messing up our departure of Air France. Air France off to Charles de Gaulle. That A300 hasn't moved, so still sitting back a little bit here. Looks like we've got a Republic Airways, I think. No, we've got American Airlines 1894 sitting down there holding short. That one off to Charlotte. Got Southwest 364 off to Nashville, Tennessee, sitting over on 23 right, waiting for their departure. Looks like Ops is in a hurry to get somewhere. Two of them racing down the runway there. Yeah, the moon is huge. Very, very bright here this evening. So like I said, a couple of Ops headed out there toward the end of the runway. Do have another arrival. Not on flight radar. There's two of them. One on 23 left, 23 right. Like smaller planes. Hard to catch those at night. Kind of interested in what Ops is up to. Got a United sitting out there too. Turn the jacket on. See Ops re-entering the screen. I think Ops is beyond the runway. I think they're checking the fence line down there. And then the other one is still sitting up here where we saw it a moment ago. So it looks like Ops checking for something down there around the fence line, looks like. Hopefully nobody tried to hop the fence down there. John, coming back to economy class. Thank you for renewing your membership. Been with us quite a while. Thank you, John, once again, one of our moderators. Came in on Saturday. Came in on the Los Angeles flight for American Airlines. What is going on out there? And the radio's dead, so I apologize. I didn't charge the radio today while I was working. Ramona, what time is the TWA livery scheduled for departure? Looks like we're holding here for something. $115 likes. Thank you guys for smashing the like button tonight. Don't know what they're up to. It's like nobody's leaving. Southwest over on the other side hasn't left. They haven't moved. These down here aren't moving, so I'm wondering if we've hit an all stop here for some reason. Again, ops hanging out down at the end of the runway there, out by the fence. Make a quick text here, see what's going on actually. To have FedEx ATR coming in. All right, there it is. So I've got word there's a drone in the area. So the airport's on a complete stop at the moment until they figure out where this drone is. So we're on an all stop here for a few minutes. I'm getting word that there's a drone, an unidentified drone. So that would be why Ops is hanging out down at the end of. Down by the fence. Oh yeah, absolutely. Flying a drone around an airport, it's a big no-no. Can be some heavy jail time there. Alright, he said they just reopened it. There it is. Yep, Southwest on the move. So everything back open. That's not smart. Fly a drone anywhere near an airport or flight path. Doesn't matter how cool of a shot you may think it will be, you can definitely injure or kill a lot of people flying a drone. Scheduled departure tomorrow at 5 a.m. All right, thank you, Ramona, for that update. We've got about an hour left before the 777 departure. I don't know that I'm going to make it that long. Oh yeah, lasers too. Yeah, you definitely don't want to mess with lasers in aircraft either. That's serious jail time too. So we're going to have a little bit of a stack up here of departures. Again, that A300 to Atlanta. The FedEx ATR had to go make some loops. Southwest at 2615 from Tampa, flying on out because they're all waiting. American Airlines 1894 holding short still. They're getting ready to go now, it looks like. This one headed to Charlotte, 737-800. $737-800's thinking about it. Again, American 1894 off to Charlotte. Maybe. American going to turn around and get back in line. Doesn't look like this side's open yet. Looks like yeah, there's a lot going on down there. Looks like maybe UPS is going to go for it. There's that A300 off to Atlanta, Georgia. So let's see if the A300 decides to leave. UPS 9864 off to Atlanta, Georgia. So UPS gonna go for it. They got one on final. I believe that's the FedEx ATR. Hopefully they got that drone out of the air. Obviously they did. They wouldn't be letting anybody come in on this side, but I think they're still looking for whoever it was with the drone. Nice departure for the A300. One of the ops is making their way back. Looks like Delta sitting down there ready to go. Again, there's a whole big stack up. If you guys are just joining us, spin a drone down at the end of the runway there. Delta 502 off to Salt Lake City. That's a tail we're looking at right there. Surprised they don't have the police out there after that one. The ATR about to touch down. Prop time for all of you that like the props. Our big ATR of the evening. This one from New Bern. They had to go up slightly and turn around. So the ATR will pull off early. Got American from Tampa. American from Tampa. Southwest coming in from Tampa. They had to take a little extra long route in here. Yeah, see, that's what I mean, RDU native. I don't believe it until I see it. It'll probably change to all rain before Friday gets here. Try to get you a little bit of this Delta departure. Delta off to Salt Lake City. Looks like United 1502 off to Washington Dulles. Yeah, I would like to see it snow pretty good so I don't have to work on Saturday. That would be a fantastic excuse for me not to go to work on Saturday. My one Saturday of the month to work. Yeah, same way when I lived in the mountains. The mountains would, the snow would butt up against the Smokies and we'd be like, yes, it's gonna snow, and then you'd be sitting watching it snow on the mountain and not doing anything where you're at. And you're like, really? It would snow a foot up on the mountain and not do nothing in the valleys. So, United off to DC. I know I can't believe Florida got more snow than we did last year. Quite funny. I'm really hoping for snow this year. Kind of optimistic, but I still, like I said, I doubt everything until I see it, especially weather and snow. Ooh, that temperature dropped again. The computer in the METAR still says it's 39 degrees, but my hands say otherwise. Harder for me to keep them out of my pockets here. So it looks like there's another American out at the end. American 1894. So maybe that one will attempt to go to Charlotte. We also have United sitting out there at the end off to Chicago. So a friend of mine texted me. So if any of you guys remember, we were talking about the other week about animals in vehicles at my job. Well, we had one today and I adopted it. By the way. So it was a kitten in the engine bay of a car. So Miss Carolina came and picked it up. Yeah, C34. So my METAR and my computer are wrong. No wonder I'm freezing to death. All right, American off to Charlotte. Fareed, good evening. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to make it to the 777 departure, being as ill-equipped as we are tonight. Let me get my gloves and stuff back in hand, get that stuff back in the car, get the snow pants. We'll be able to stay later on Wednesdays, but I think after we get these last 3 out of here, I think I'm gonna head home. Freezing. I did finally turn the jacket on. And again, if you guys are just joining us, had a little bit of a delay there. For a few minutes, it was a drone in the air down there toward the end of the runway. I haven't named it yet. I know it's scared. So I haven't been home with it yet. We got it. Miss Carolina came and picked it up from work today around 10 a.m., 11 a.m., somewhere around in there. And I have yet to go home and see it and hang out with it. I was scared, boy. It was terrified. We stuck it in a box. They got it out, put it in a box. This is the Republic Airways livery. Yeah, it's a lot colder than I thought it was going to be. My thing said it was only going to drop down to 37, but according to this, it does say the METAR and the computer are wrong. My phone does say it's 34 degrees. It's not so much standing here doing the show per se that's a problem. It's getting ready to pack up all the stuff. When your hands are cold and you're unplugging things and putting things away, ooh boy, cold. So, Republic Airways off to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the actual Pittsburgh, or Republic Airways livery. This is E175. Yeah, I'm a technician. I'm a mechanic. Man, I've seen all kinds of things. Angry groundhogs, cats, squirrels, birds, dead birds mostly. Birds usually don't particularly survive it, but I've seen all kinds of things. Last time I saw a cat, somebody got messed up because that cat was upset. It scratched them all up. This time, no, this kitten seemed to be nice and tame. Hey, RDU native, kitten supplies, $50. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. $50 for our new furry friend at home. So we do, me and Miss Carolina have talked about it. We kind of want to train it like we train the lizards. If you guys are new here, I do have, well, now I only have one. I don't want any more. I've got a bearded dragon at home, and it's too cold right now to train him to travel. But when we have older bearded dragons, when they're young, we train them to go places, go out for rides and walks and do all kinds of things. The most chill pet I've ever owned. I absolutely love having a bearded dragon, but now, again, I've got a cat. So me and Miss Carolina, we're talking about trying to train the cat to be able to go places. Which isn't far-fetched. I have seen it be done before. All right, well, you know what, you guys, I think that's going to be it. I'm freezing. My hand's so cold. It doesn't look like this one's going to take off anytime soon. There is a CRJ down there getting ready to head to JFK, Endeavor 5219. I think we're going to call it a night right here. Going to give it till about 8 o'clock. We'll officially call it. Again, I'm cold. The 777 due out in about 40 minutes. That's about 40 minutes too long without the correct gear, which, again, I screwed up. Forgot to grab that this morning, and again, I didn't realize it was supposed to be that cold. Normally, again, I've got double the jackets, but my lower half is cold and no gloves. My hands are freezing. So, I want to thank each and every one of you guys, all of my channel members, everybody who contributed today. Absolutely spectacular. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Airbus for the cat name, maybe so. Thank you, RDU Native, with another $20 super chat. Greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Get warm beverage. Yeah, I'll probably go home and have some warm chamomile tea or something. An Airbus be a good name. You know what? That would be a good name. So I do still have to name our Beardy. I was trying to wait on him to calm down a little bit because he's been terrified since we got him back in August, and we haven't been able to really see his personality. He does like to hide a lot, so he's like terrified of everything unless we take him somewhere, like outside the house. A couple of times he's been out. Does fantastic in the car. Loves car rides, but I don't know. So now we've got to come up with two names, one for the mean old dragon and for the kitten. Delayed from New York. Is it in the air? Hold on, we may be closed again. Frontier 3313, Virginia the Wolf. Yes, so this one coming in that you're looking at, and a lot of the ones coming in were in, well, I guess not, just this one. It was in a holding pattern due to a drone in the air. So there was a drone out at the end of the runway. So again, thank you guys so much. We do have that CRJ departure. We'll finish out the evening with the CRJ. Again, I apologize for not grabbing the correct winter gear to stay for the American 777 departure. A lot of good heavies. If you guys missed the show, go back and rewatch it. 2 FedEx, 3 UPS, Air France departure. Nice evening for all of the big stuff here at RDU. So again, a huge thank you. We'll be back here on Sunday. I'll gift out those 5 Carolina Aviation memberships on Sunday. So we will see you guys then. See you all on Sunday. Lingus. We do have Aer Lingus coming. We'll be here for that inaugural arrival if you guys are interested in that. That's not until April. So again, thank you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the nighttime show. Again, we'll see you on Wednesday. Good night, everybody.